Hello, everyone. My name is George Sandman. I'm the founder of Growth Drive. I developed the 3 dimensions of business growth, and in my day job, I am the CEO of Core Value Advisors Software. Let's have a quick conversation about doing the proper level of discovery with your client. Okay, discovery has 2 aspects, and we're going to go through those in a sec. So I'm going to start by just quickly running through the 3 dimensions of business growth. Those are predictable profits and cash flow. That is where we're going to generate the cash we need for growth. 62% of CEOs want revenue growth. That's the #1 CEO goal. You can't just jump into the deep end of the pool. And predictable transferable value is our 3rd dimension. You can move in all 3 of these at the same time. The linkage between cash flow, profits, and equity value is not automatic. It needs to be made purposefully. So this is a topic that we teach in the Growth Drive Specialist Certification Workshop, which is being put on May 2nd and 3rd in Charleston, South Carolina. Sign up, check it out at growth-drive.com. Okay. Now, here is a very complicated conversation we're going to have with a client, and you might be able to have this conversation in 15 minutes. I'm going to guess that it's going to take an hour or 2 to really get to the heart of this conversation. Let's take these parts in turn, because that was way complicated, right? Apologies for the simplicity of these graphics. I put this together very quickly for one of your colleagues who was sitting down with a high net worth individual and needed a way to structure this talk. First part, what's your client's goal? Okay, so we need to get them to really dig deep and understand where they want to go, and importantly, where they don't want to go. Predictable profits and cash flow. They want to grow their business, or they want to create predictable equity value. By the way, that is the ultimate measure of business success. Now, each of those has a higher call on time and treasure. They're going to need to invest more time and more treasure. It becomes increasingly complex to implement the 3 dimensions of business growth. All right. Creating predictable profits and cash flow, relatively speaking, straightforward. Selling a company, much more complex. Right? Stands to reason. Now, an important light bulb we need to have go off in your client's head is their freedom. But flip it on its head, is the business's dependency on them. So can they take a month off from the business and the business won't suffer any harm, right? Can they leave the business, and can we plug in another senior leader and have the business continue to grow? So let's talk about CEO freedom. If a business is highly dependent on the business owner, it has low value and they have low freedom. If the business is not very dependent on the CEO, on the business owner, they have high freedom and the business has high value, right? What is private equity going to want to do? They come to buy your business. They don't want you sticking around. They want to be able to plug in their senior leader. So when we bring this all together, excuse me, we have a conversation where we start with identifying the goal. All right. Then we're going to have a robust discussion to make sure we're working with a client who really understands where they want to go, who is willing to invest the money it's going to take to get there, whether it's organic cash from predictable profits and cash flow, outside capital. Are they going to want to make those commitments? And are they going to want to put in the time? Because none of this happens automatically, nor does it happen overnight. So it won't surprise you. This may be the most complex. It also has the highest ROI. So all that in the context of what it's going to mean for them as they prepare. If predictable equity value is their goal, they need to prepare to leave the business. They need to prepare the business for them to leave. Okay, we need to make the business immortal so that it can go on to greater glory after they're gone. Complicated conversation, but if you think about it in these slices and you think about what you would get from a client's commitment, if they understand these 3 aspects very clearly, you can see that this is exactly the kind of client with whom you'd want to work on projects and in long-term engagements. If you have any questions, please go to growth-drive.com. We'd be glad to answer them. Again, we have the certification workshop coming up, and we cover these topics intensively over the course of 2 days. Thanks. I'm looking forward to seeing you.